As we turn our attention now to North Texas and their head coach Dan McCarney had a great season last year, finishing 9-4, won 7 of their last 8 games. But before we talk football, on this personal note, happy birthday next week.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
I did my homework, right?
Quietly.
43?
44 I'll be this year.
That's what 44. I thought it was. It's funny because I turned the same age this year.
We just keep trying to slow that aging process down, don't we?
We're just following each other. Also joining us, so you guys didn't know it was his birthday, did you? No. Okay, so now you know.
Don't tell anybody.
Go the players from North Texas. Derek Acuna, he is the senior linebacker. Also Cyril Lemon, the senior offensive line, who has some very impressive stats that we're going to be talking about in just a little bit. First of all, you won the Heart of Bowl Dallas. You beat UNLV. You had a great season, 9-4. Set all sorts of records for North Texas. How special was last season?
Amazingly gratifying, Ronnie. There's no doubt about it. It was one of the most gratifying seasons I've ever been a part of. And when you take a group of young men that were really committed, dedicated, tired of losing, not one of them never been part of a college season where they won, never been to a bowl game, never won a bowl game. When you go to those uncharted waters and do things that nobody expects that you can do, and do it the way they did it with class and no shortcuts, and do it with the character that they did, that's what makes you feel so good as a head coach. And I've been part of 21 bowl games, just so blessed and so lucky. But thank God my guys at North Texas finally got to experience that.
Well, I think one of the keys, for your season last year, and you and I talked about this when you were in Ames, Iowa, protecting your home field. You were 5-1 last year at home, and you look at your home wins and losses over the last couple of years, very impressive. That's been a point of emphasis for you, hasn't it?
It has, Ryan. Take care of business at home, and if you don't like the tradition that's in place, or lack of tradition, then change it and do something about it. And 1-16, when I took over the job at home, everybody liked to come in and get a road win at North Texas. We're 12-5 since we opened Abbott Stadium. Like to have had a couple more of those wins. But there's a new era. It's a new tradition. It's fun. Our students come in there expecting to win. Our fans come in there expecting to win. And frankly, my players do when we run out on that field in Abbott Stadium.
Well, it started, I think, with defense for North Texas this past season, because you look at the numbers, led the NCAA in block punts with 5, and block kicks with 8. You had 39 sacks, most since 2002. They led Conference USA in scoring defense at about 17.8, only Conference USA team to give up less than 20 points a game. John Scaldani, defensive coordinator, did a great job last year.
Great job, Ron. And we go back many, many years, as you know, from our years together at Iowa State, and he's one of the most underrated, I think, defensive coordinators on a national scale. Not underappreciated by me or any of my coaches or players in North Texas. I think our fans really understand we got something special. John and I are not getting any younger, so every year that comes by, we just love the opportunity to do some special things with young people, and it's just been so much fun. We were 8th in the country in scoring defense last year, and we had some pretty good teams on our schedule and some pretty darn good offenses. So that's the new tradition of defense, and in our plan to win, play great defense is number one.
You said, and I'm going to tie this into the next question, you said rebuilding is fair for people to say, but great programs reload. When you reload, what stands out is Zach Orr, replacing him at linebacker. That's tough.
It's going to be tough, Ron, and you just 3-year captain. His presence, his plays that he made, the role model, the mentor, the example he gave us every day. You just don't put somebody in there with a new number and go, okay, there's the next Zach Orr. That isn't going to happen. And if it takes 2 or 3 guys to man that position this year, I'm fine with that. And we like playing a lot of guys. And as we became one of the great second half teams in all of college football last year, and thank God we were, because we were behind in some games last year at half, it began, I think, with the depth that we built, playing more guys, good for morale, and to help us win games by you being prepared to go, and we've got to do that again this year.
Before we get to the players, let's talk a little offense here, because for the second year in a row, North Texas was in the top 10 for fewest sacks allowed. As a matter of fact, they were 7th in the FBS, only allowed 11 sacks last season. You returned 4 offensive linemen. That's got to be a point of pride for you.
It is, there's no doubt about it. And Mike Simmons, my offensive line coach, just does a beautiful job with that offensive line, Ron. He has. We go back many years. We were together at South Florida. He's a teacher. He's a coach. He's a mentor. He's hard-nosed. He's fair. But he gets out the best out of these young men. And obviously with Cyril Lemon, here's a guy with 37 career starts. And it isn't just starting. It's playing good against Alabama or LSU or Georgia or the Conference USA teams. So it really starts up front, and those guys have got to be great leaders for our entire football team this year, and I know they will.
Did you get anything sorted out at quarterback in spring ball?
Well, we know right now that Josh Greer and Andrew McNulty are going to get all the reps to start with ones and twos, and we'll rotate that. And then we got two other guys in Connor Meads and Dejon Williams that will rotate with threes and fours, and then we got to sift through it. But in my mind, and Mike Kanellis, my offensive coordinator, feels the same way. There's no mad rush, Ron. We don't have to know next Friday who our starter is going to be. Let's take our time. Let's get the right guy there, give everybody equal opportunities. But as we get closer to Texas on national television, we got to find out who our cat's going to be to lead our offense.
Absolutely. Well, the offense obviously has a great offensive line. Cyril Levin, senior offensive lineman, we were talking about just a moment ago. You and I were talking before we went on. You guys didn't have a holding penalty as an offensive line last year. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Hey, that's something that we pride ourselves on. OLP, O-line pride, and it's just a standard that we raise every year, that we're going to play like this and we're going to play to the standard, and that's something Coach Mike Simmons, our offensive line coach, holds us to, and that's something, any new guy, he comes in, that's the standard we set, and that's how we're going to play.
You may not know this, and I hope my homework's right. Only player in the FBS to start every game since his freshman year and named all conference 3 straight years. All the players in the FBS. Yeah. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've heard that a couple.
Do you have
times.
like a T-shirt that says I'm the only player in the FBS?
Nah, that's not the way I play.
Well, your relatives probably have those T-shirts. No, that's pretty impressive, though. Seriously.
Yes, sir. I mean, I really don't look at it that way. I just look at it. I'm playing the game that I was born to play. So, I mean, just go out there and do my best and work to, up myself, I guess.
You had a great year last year. Let's talk to Darryl Acuna, senior linebacker. Honorable mention Conference USA last season. We talked about the defensive improvement and what Coach Kildany does. How much pride is involved in your defense now?
I think we have pride because we have to, we had such a great year last year with all the stats and everything we did. So there's really that pride to continue what guys like Zach Orr, Marcus Trice left. So I think we have to live up to the standard that we set last year with our defense. Like Coach Mack said, we got to play great defense to win. That's part of our plan to win.
You tied a career high in total tackles with 90 last year. You're losing some players. You mentioned Zach Orr. Do you have to step up your game even more this season?
Yeah, I think it's on me to step up this year. I know we have a lot of young guys coming in now, guys who haven't played as much as before. So I think the guys will be, like in the front seven, be looking up to me to, show them how to play. I got to lead by example and really show them what to do. Well,
we were talking about like the young offensive guys that come in and they go, wow, you guys haven't given up a sack, you don't have holding penalties. Isn't that the same defensively? They come in and see what you've done defensively, holding teams to under 20 points a game, and there's that point of pride that they have to live up what you set the standard for.
Oh yeah, when these young guys come in, we tell them, like Coach Kildany says, is the way we play defense here. We're gonna be tough, we're gonna be physical, we're gonna give effort every play, and that's the way we teach them as soon as they come in.
And Dan, you mentioned University of Texas. I saw one of the quotes is you're not there yet, ready to play them, but you're getting close. What do you have to improve on the first few weeks of fall practice in order to be ready to play the Longhorns?
Yeah, lots of things, Ronnie. Obviously, we have a lot more questions and answers right now with a young football team and so many new starters. Got to get the pieces in place. But there's standards of winning, the expectations of winning. And when I took the job, I said, I want to build a program that no matter who we play where, we have a shot to win a game. And last year, as you stop and think about it, a 13-game schedule, there weren't many games. I don't know, you couldn't have said that. We really had a shot, even when it's Georgia, at Georgia, 100,000 people, 21-21 in the third quarter, and nobody was over there going, well, these guys are outclassing the Mean Green. So that's what you hope to do. No matter who you play, make it a 4-quarter game. But we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of guys that have they're going to establish new roles on our football team, and we got to find out, are they ready to win? Not just play. We're not getting ready to play. We're trying to get ready to win against an outstanding opponent in front of 100,000 people in a national television audience to see, can we match up? Can we make it a real football game? Or is it going to be a tail kicking by the Longhorns and here's your big check and go running on back to Denton, Texas? We don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I don't think you will.
We're going to try to make sure it doesn't happen, Ron.
Okay. What do you want these guys to give you for your birthday? I mean, come on, you pull your funds, guys. Do something for the coach here,
No, we don't. We quietly go about that business nowadays. We do sing it. We do sing birthday songs to people. Yeah. But the older you get, the less I want people to know about that kind of stuff. So thanks a lot, Ron, for letting everybody know. I'm getting to be an old geezer.
And I'll give you his email address so you can send happy birthday to Coach Dan. You've been a dear friend for a lot of years.
Good to see you, man. Real professional. Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys. Best of luck to you. We'll be back more from Dallas, Texas after this.